All right, we're gonna sit right here. We're gonna start on the driver's side. Let's get down in here. Oh man, look at all these wires we got hanging down here. All right, that's no problem. Let's get this done. First thing we do, we got 1, 2, and I remember a tan wire down here somewhere too. Where's a tan one? You know, wait a minute here. We got to make sure we got all our wiring hooked up here. That's supposed to be hooked up down here. Here's 1 and 2. There it is. I knew there was a tan wire down, a tan plug. Let's get this on. You know what? Tell you what, guys. Let's get out. Let me get a better light so we can hook up to the top first. Be right back. All right, guys, let's get it done first. Let's start from up here, the highest one. And we got a gray plug right here. And that's gonna go into there. Plug it up in there. Now we got this bottom one right here. And that's this one. And this one got a little latch to it. So let's push that, get that started in there, and then latch it back into place. Great. Now let's get this big plug right here. And let's see, which one is it? This one go, oh, here we go. These plugs over here. Let's get this one up. And there's that little latch again. So we gotta pick that up, lock that into place. Now we got the one right here. Let's reach over here. And that's got a latch to it also. Let's start that in there and bring our latch back. And at the same time, we're pushing those plugs in and get it. Whoops, that didn't go in there right. You want to make sure that thing goes in there. There we go. It's in there good. Great. Now, we have up here. Oh man, look at this. This thing is ridiculous. We got the big plug up here. Dang it. Let's get that in there. That one goes right there. And then we're gonna latch that down. Bam, right into place. Then down here, we are moving right along, guys. This is great. Down here, you got this big plug right here that goes right into there. Snap that into place. Push the little rad tab up to lock it. Now we're down here. Wait a minute, we got one little wire here. I gotta check out where that goes in a second. Let's see here. We got a little wire here. You know what? Let's get this plugged up right here. We go with the tan, the black, and then the gray. Get our ground wire out of the way. Perfect. Perfect. Now we got this little plug right here. That's gonna go to the, I think the hood trunk release or something that goes in the back. Right there, that's no problem. Then we're gonna remove our 8mm bolt right here on the side. That's our ground bolt. Ground. Take our ground wire, hook it in just like that. Get our bolt in. And let's get ready, let's tighten that up. Be right back. All right, guys, next thing we do is get my 8mm deep on my cordless drill right here. We're gonna go in there and we're gonna tighten up that ground wire. Nice and tight, great. Now what we're gonna do is start walking our way across. We wanna make sure everything is connected. The next thing in line was we got hanging here. We got our hood release. So let's take off our little bolt right here. And remember, what it does, it hooks into those little slots right there and then pushes. We're gonna push it up, pick it up. So into the slot, pick it up, great, and reach up under there and get our bolt installed in there. All right, let's get our gun Same 8mm. Let's tighten that bolt up. Perfect. Hood latch is in. The next thing we're going to do is our brake pedal position sensor. Let's get this light out of the way. You can see up under there. Yeah, there we go. Here's our little wire right here. Let's get it and hooked up. Plug that in till it snaps. Great. The next thing we're going to do, oh, you know what? Let's unplug that again. Let's unplug that. Okay, what we're going to need to do is get our steering column down here. Well, let's take out our 10mm bolt right here. And let's swing that over to the side. And everything should be already lined up for us. Look at that. Already lined up. Put some light down there. Alright, push that down. Get our bolt. Put our bolt in there. And what we're going to use is a 10mm shallow socket, 1/4" drive. Right there. And we're going to use our 1/4" drive ratchet. And we're going to go over here and let's tighten this bolt up. Alright, and let's make sure that's nice and secured and tight. Alright, be right back. Alright guys, that bolt is nice and tight. Look at that. Steering wheel still straight and all. That's great. You didn't mess nothing up over there. Alright, next thing we're going to do is go over here. Let's hook up our brake pedal position sensor. Connect that. In there. Great. We are done on this side, except for this right here. We're going to get to the panels and all that later. Let's go over to the other side and hook up what we got to go over there. Be right back. Alright guys, here we go on the other side. Real quick, let's get this done. Let's reach up under here. Let's connect these 2 plugs right here. It's pretty easy. Let's connect our antenna because we gotta have some music, man. I mean, forget the AC. I gotta have music. That's connected. Great. The next thing we're gonna do, got our little nut right here, 10mm nut. Let's take that off because that's where our ground wire hooks to. Where's our ground wire at? It's right here. There it is, right there. Right there. There's our ground wire. Let's put that on there. Let's get our nut and put it back up there. All right, then we got our plugs down here. We got one, okay, the gray one over there, then the black one. All right, now let's not forget this. Let's tighten this up right now. Let me see, that's the 10 also, 10mm. Let's get our gun and tighten that up. Be right back. All right, guys, looking good. That is tightened up. The next thing we're gonna do is go up under here and let's hook up our blower motor. There we look. Let's get up under here a little bit. We got this little opening right there. That's where this one in our little connector right here. Place. Let's push that up in there like that. Then reach over here. Connect our blower motor. Great. Next thing you want to do is drop the glove box. Push the tabs in on each side to drop the box. Because now what we got is this big plug right in here. Remember this big plug? Let's get that plug connected. And then we got the latch. That latch just opens up, locks it right into place. In here is done. Put our glove box back up. Close it. We are looking good, guys. Now, check this out. Now, okay, what do we do next? I have no idea. Nah, let me stop. Now, this is where your party line comes in at. Remember our party line, guys? That's right. We're going to go all the way over here. Start from the end of our party line. We got little panels right here. And we got a left and right. And they're actually marked like this one. So the RH, that's the right side. And what they do is go over here, and you see these little openings right there? 1, 2, okay, it's just 2, it looks like. Let's get this up here. They go up there, and these, you got these snaps that snap right into place. So let's put them up there like this. Make sure those clips are lined up in there, and then just push those in there. Let's get this lined up here. And once you get those clips in there, push it in just like that. Great, look at that, guys. This is looking really good right here. All right, let's go do the other side, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we got both pieces in. Let's go over here to our party line. Let's see what's next. All right, next we got the kick panels here. All right, so let's grab these. This just came apart, and this one's over here. All right, we got a left one. This one got a fuel reset, so I know that one is gonna go over here, and then here's our other side. Now let's go over there and hook up the other side first, because that one has that plug on it, I think for the trunk release. So now this thing got two pieces here. The long piece, put that down to the side, and then we got this piece right here. Yep. It's got the button for the trunk release. So what we're going to do is take our bolts, our little plastic bolts out of there. Go over here. Let's hook up this switch. You know what? Let me hook up this Airbag. All right. Now, what you got here, you're going to have a tab down here and a little clip right here. See that opening right there? You want to push your thing, push it right there. Get that in there. Get that. Make sure you get that tab down in there like that. And then you line that clip up to the side. Pop it into place. Done. The same thing goes the other side. Now we take our little plastic bolts. We push them in there, and you can actually just push them down and lock them into place. That's it. Just push them in. Look at that. That is great right there. That is looking good. The next thing we can do is hook up our little panel right here. You see that opening right there? That piece goes in there like that, come down, and snaps into there. So let's get this. Also, and it snaps into there right there, this little piece right here. So we hook it up into there, bring it down, make sure it's lined up right there, and it's lined up right there. Push it in, snap it right into place. That's it. That is perfect. All right, let's go do the other side, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, girls, we are looking good. I am so proud of you for following on this video, doing this job yourself. Check this out. All right, the next thing we do is we got our molding right here. Let's get our molding, and notice we didn't pull it back all the way, just enough. And that's all you have to do. You just go ahead and push it up on that groove right there, and follow all the way around. That's this weather stripping right here. Just make sure it follows with the channel. It goes all the way around. And see how it extends up right here? So that means we got to push this thing. We got to pick this up, because this thing is not all the way. Let's get it right there. So that's supposed to line up right there. So what we're going to do is go around and make sure that it is in there. Here we go. That's better. Get my glove out of there, I'll be alright. Get my glove out of there again, I'll be alright. Go again! Dang it, what the heck is wrong with me, man? Look, I got a piece of glove stuck in there now. So get that glove out of there. Alright, now, there we go. And you want to make sure this thing is all the way around. Hit in there. Perfect. Alright, then after that, what you're going to do is take your scuff plate and make sure the word focus is facing out towards you. And it's got 3 tabs on it. You want to line it with those tabs, with those slots in there. 1, 2, and 3. You want to just line them up. And once you get them lined up, push down. Bam. That's it. This side is done. All right, let's get that other side done, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we are looking real good. All this is done. Whoops, right here. Let's get that. Make sure you do not see any pinch weld. And what I mean by pinch weld, let's back this up again. So a little mark right there, that's pinch weld. That's how they hold the panels together. Make sure you don't see none of that. Go around and hit that in. All right, the next thing we got is our 2 brackets holding down our instrument panel down here, our dashboard. And remember last time we had this little black piece in here, so we know this goes on this side. So we can push that out of there now. All right, then we got our 6 bolts that we already set in there. This is why it's very important to put the bolts back in there, so that way you do not get them lost or confused or anything. So we're gonna take our 6 bolts out. Then you got the 3 right there. Take our bracket, and remember back here, see that little lip right there? The bracket, that opening in the bracket goes on that, hooks down into place, and that's it. Let's get this on this side because this is going to be over here. All right, there we go. Let's get our bolts in there. And that's so we want to make sure we do not cross thread these. So there, look at that. See that? That thing is, I'm going to have to, let's set you down for a minute. And what I got to do is just push that bracket back and get that bolt started. Okay. Let's get our other one. Okay. All right, we got those 2 started, and get our 3rd one right up here. All right, now once we get those in there, what we're going to do is take our 1/4" drive, 10mm deep socket with, reach over here and get our 1/4" drive ratchet, and we're going to go ahead and tighten up all 6 of them. All right, and what you do, because you notice this one got a little slot to it, tighten up the one on the floor first and then tighten up the top one. All right, so let's get that other bracket in and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we got our brackets bolted up. This is looking good right here. Let's get our shifter cable out of the way. And matter of fact, let's get this hooked up into there, and this one just push down on this stud coming out of there. Okay. Now let's get this out of the way. Let's take our little clip over here. That gets pushed in right there. This is looking great. All right, let's get this, push this down into there. We are looking good, looking good, looking good. The next thing we're gonna do, guys, let's get our ABS module. The ABS module got these 3 T30 torque bolts. Remember those? Let's take those out. I mean airbag module. Airbag module. I hope I said that. Let's get those in there. Set our bolts in. Cool. All right, and while we back here, let's go ahead and plug them up. You got this plug right here that pushes in, then the latch goes forward, locks it into place. This one just goes up and attaches it. All right, so let's get our T30 wherever it's at. I have no idea. It's around here somewhere. Man, good thing I got all this room. All right, so we got the T30 and I got a 1/4" drive. And what I'm going to do here is take that off of there, put it onto our gun. Okay, and let's tighten those 3 up. All right, let's tighten them up. We'll be right back. All right, guys, the next thing we're going to do, let's get our emergency brake. Take our 3 10mm bolts out right here. Set it up, put our bolts in there, Trying to get this, and you gotta push that a little bit because of the cable. You gotta push that a little bit and get it lined up. And put these bolts in by hand first to make sure that they are going in lined up. All right, let me start that bolt in there and be right back. All right, guys, we got our 3 bolts started in there, and what I'm using is a 4-inch, 1/4-inch drive extension with a deep 10mm socket onto my cordless drill, and we're gonna go ahead and tighten those bolts up. Now, this one over here, you're gonna have to pick the one over this side. You gotta pick the emergency brake cable up to get that, to tighten that up, to reach it. Or you can use a wrench or something. But let's get those tightened up, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, got that tightened up. Dang it, we're good. Next thing we're gonna do, let's go hook up our little connector here. Our parking brake connector. Bam, we are good. The next thing that's in there, let's go over here, and this is gonna hook up. Let's take up our 4 10mm nuts that's holding down our shifter, and let's go get our shifter, and we're about to set that in. Be right back. All right, guys, here we go. We got our shifter assembly. Now, remember, when we took this apart, the car was in neutral, so we need to put this car back in neutral. I already took the liberty, connected back to battery. We got power everywhere. Put our key in the on position. Whoops, let's shut this off. And we're gonna step on the brakes. No, first we gotta connect our shifter here. Also, we could have took that little tab off and pushed it down, but heck. All right, let's shift this thing into neutral. Step on the brake. Okay, shut that off. Now we're down into drive actually, but it's still good. Now what we're gonna do is get our cable, fish our cable through the shifter. Actually, we can unplug this now so we can make sure we get enough room on this. Okay, and right here, this is gonna go onto the slot right there. But we're not gonna hook that on yet. What we need to do is turn this to the side, reach back there, and connect that rod onto that little section right there. So we're gonna get that, and push that on, just like that. Now that's lined up. Now we go over here. Whoops. And we gotta set this thing right down. It sets into a slot on both sides. Push down, locks right into place. That is great. Now let's set this thing, get our wiring harness out of the way. And now we're gonna sit here and set this thing right down where it belongs. Onto the 4 studs right here. Let's get this wire, this going up to here like this. It didn't connect to nothing, so that's cool. Go back around here, hook this into here, then clip into there, and then plug this back up into there. That is cool. That is super cool. All right, now let's put our car. We're actually gonna need it in back here, because when we put our console back on. So I'm gonna go out there and disconnect this battery again, and then what we're gonna do is take our 4 10mm nuts, put them down there. Okay, back over this side. And what you're going to do is take your 10mm deep with a 1/4-inch drive ratchet. As soon as I find my 10mm deep around here, here it is. And with our 10mm ratchet, and what we're going to do is tighten up those 4 right there. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, we are looking super good here. The next thing we're going to do is just hook up our little vent here. Definitely going to need that. And that goes into there, that opening right there, and then back out to both of these over here. So let's get that in there. Yeah, there's a little problem getting out of there too, getting in there. There we go. Let's get that thing into there, into that opening. Okay, once you got that, then we can go ahead and move our vents down around here to get them into place. Perfect. Look at that, guys. That is great. The next thing we got, guys, is our center console. Now, before we get our center console, our emergency brake has to be all the way up. So push that all the way up just like that. And let's go get our center console. And then we're going to be cleaning up all these tools soon, because we're getting ready to put our seats in. All right? We'll be right back. All right, guys. Here we go. Let's get our center console in. Let's pick the center console up. Inside that thing, we got our screws and all to hold this into place. All right, let's get this thing back here. Let's bring it forward. Make sure it's over our emergency brake cable, brake handle. Look at that. Now let's slowly lower this thing down into place. Make sure it goes up enough. Think something flew my dang on eye. What these gnats when they fly in your eye, man? That sucks when they get stuck in there. Alright, there's our other one. Right there. Look at that. Make sure our carpet is up under on both sides. Great, great. Now let's open up our hatch right here. We got all our nuts and bolts in here. What I want first, you know what, let's just get everything out of here. Got little side covers and all that. Got like a little hidden compartment up there too. All right, got our 7mm bolts. Let's start with over here. So let's push this forward. Make sure this is into place. And there's one bolt lined up right there. So let's get that started. Don't tighten it up. Perfect. Now let's go up here. That little opening right there. Grab one of our push pins, the little retainer clips. Let's get that pushed in right there. Get that into place. That one's lined up. Let me get out of here so I can get a better view at this. All right, we got one right there. Let's grab us another one and put it right there. Start that off. Now let's go over to the other side and do the same thing. But on the other side now we have, see these right here? We got two of them. One right here and one is still in the thing. And we're going to push those in also. All right, be right back. All right, guys, check it out. We got our clips in there. The bolts are ready to be tightened up. The next thing we got to do is get our two bolts way down in there. So what you want to do is get you what I got here. 6-inch, 1/4-inch drive extension with a 7mm deep. And what I'm going to do here is take a piece of paper towel or something, take your bolt, your 7mm socket, and you just slowly push that in there just like that. Because what that does, it keeps the bolt into the socket. Why? Dang it! See, that's what you don't want to do. Okay, we gotta get our magnet and get that out of there. Alright, so let's try that again. Let's get our socket right here. Okay, just a little bit. There we go. Alright. Let's do that again now. We're gonna slowly walk that down in there. And get that started. And then take our socket right out. Alright, let's get our light, get down and get a magnet down there and get that bolt out of there. Dang it. Be right back. Alright guys, finally fished that thing out of there. Alright, we got all our bolts in. We still got our covers over there. And our clips are up in the front. Bolts are back here. Let's get our 7mm deep. Let's walk in there and let's tighten up these first. Whoops. Let's get there. Oops, dang it. Put the battery on charge and forgot to put it in. All right, anyway, let's tighten those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then once we tighten them up, we take our little covers right here and we just pop them into place, okay? Let's get that done and we'll be right back. All right, guys, that is looking good. The next thing we're gonna do, we got our center bezel right here. And on the back side of this, it's got 4 clips. It's 6 clips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they set down into their respective places. You gotta pop the top hatch off and they go right there. Remember, car's gotta be back in neutral or further back. Your emergency brakes gotta be all the way up. And what you wanna do is just slowly lower this down into there. Get the boot. Get that boot over this. There we go. Very important there. Get that over here. Get that lined up in there, and then start getting all your clips. And make sure this is down. Make sure all your clips are going to be lining up. And then you pop it down into place. Perfect. Look at that. Look at that. The next thing you can do, get this boot down a little bit further, right around there. Then you can put your emergency brakes down. Okay, perfect. Everything is perfect. Close it up. Put the car in park. Great. Key is out. Put the key in the back again. We are looking good. All right, now before we put the seats in, what we're going to do is go over here, because next in the line is the pieces for the seats. But what we need to do is we're going to go over there, let's install that airbag fuse, and put this cover up there, right? Let's get that done. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we're over here. Let's reach in here. Let's take our, in fact, let's see if we can get a little better lighting in here. Okay, we can see it somewhat. It's good enough. Let's reach in here and pull off our cup. You know what? Hey, this ain't working. That's better. All right, let's reach in there, pull our cover off. Got these 2 tabs right there. Drop it down, and the fuse that we connected is right above that relay. You can see that open spot right there. That's the one we got to put the fuse back in. So let's grab our fuse and get it over there, in there. No. Perfect. All right. Our fuse is now in there. Then we put our cover back. Just goes up there. Put it the right way. You get it. Go up there, hook that into place. Done. Now we got our cover right here. Let's cut this light off right here. Our cover right here. You see these little tabs right here? 1 and 2. They just hook right on, just like that, on both sides. One, 2, and then you got all these clips. Just pick it up, push it into place. Done. That is done. All right, guys, the next thing we're gonna do is take out all our tools and everything, because now we're about to set our seats. We're gonna take all our tools in and set our seats in here. All right, let's do that. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we got both our seats in, and we got them tilted, both of them tilted forward as far as they can go. Nothing's bolted in yet. What I'm gonna do is take the seats, tilt them back, both of them, just like that. And we're gonna tilt it forward a little bit. And let's get our connectors here connected in. And that's how you do, is connect it up like that. Make sure it stays in. And then you got this latch right there that pushes it in. locks into place. Bring it down. All right, let's get the other side done, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we're looking good. We got both of them done. We don't got nothing hooked up in the front yet because last we left off, both front seats is all the way to the front. So now we're going to go on the back. And actually, you can see right there on the side, we need to pick our seats forward. And this one's got to come back some. And actually, what we can do here, I just need to get this one just lined up just like that. Let's get our bolt over there. Let's get that bolt started in by a few threads. Perfect. Now we get our other bolt over here. Let's go to the front. And that bolt is right here, but let's get this seat shifted. And of course it gets stuck on the carpet. That's okay. That's okay. That's quite okay. Because we got that stud over there. Okay, we got that lined up. Now, seat must have moved. See how the track is off? But that's no problem. What you do is pick up your front seat right here, and you adjust that to line it up. Bring it up just like that, the whole seat. Here we go. Get a bolt in right there. On the other side, we got the nut. Let's get that nut. Reach over there. Get that nut. And then we got one more 15mm bolt right there. And let's get this thing. This thing's supposed to be up under this thing right here. So we gotta tuck this. Get this up under all that. Yeah. Gotta look nice and neat. Can't be half stepping. And let's reach in there. And then that's all we want to do is get that bolt in there by hand. There we go. And turn that by hand for a couple threads to make sure it is lined up. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, we are ready to bolt these down. Okay, both seats, as you can see, is all the way forward. Now what you want to do, here's a quick way of doing this instead of beginning. Get you a deep 15mm 3/8 drive socket with a 3/8 drive swivel extension and a 2-foot long 3/8 drive extension and a 3/8 drive ratchet. And that being at it's in the seats already in the front first, we're gonna go down here so that way you can stand up and sit here and bolt these bolts right down. So let's do the back four, the two of this one and the two of that seat, and then we're gonna back both seats all the way up and do the front. Let's get that done. We'll be right back. All right, guys, last but not least, inside here, let's put on these little shields right here. And you got little slots right there that those little tabs will go into. Just push that in there, pop it right into place. Let's get that other side in. So I guess they want to make sure it looks pretty when you open the door. And this one has 2 clips. So let's get this lined up in there. Into place. Great job, guys. Now the next thing we're going to do, guys, is get our, there it is, our poor man's creeper. And we're going to get up under there and let's connect our 2 heater hoses. Let's put this heat shield back into place because we won't need this here. There it is. Get this right over here. Push into place over there. The tab. Go over here. This tab goes down. Let's get up under there and get those hoses on. Be right back. Alright guys, let's get up under here. Now putting these clamps on. Of course, you know I can't show you that because things are difficult to put on. Alright, but one important thing. You see that heat shield right there? The heat covering? Be sure you make sure, don't be pulling that off. Keep that on because this exhaust, why they got it? I don't, look how close they got it to the exhaust, to the catalytic converter. That's so stupid. I mean, you know, this thing, that's a lot of heat coming out of there. You know, these designers, man. All right, so what we're gonna do, let's get those hoses on. Yeah, get one up there, then we're gonna get the clamp on it, and then we're gonna get our other one over there. All right, let's get that on, get the clamps up there, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we got both our hoses on, and remember, guys, you got to have that heat shield up there. It is a stupid idea. Look at that cat, man. That cat is right there next to them. That will cook those hoses. It's so stupid. All right, let's get from under here. Next thing we're gonna do, let's put our antifreeze back in. We got our hose still connected over here. Let's get our hose off of there because we don't need that no more. And we did tighten that up already. So let's fill this up back up with antifreeze and let's recharge the system. Be right back. All right, guys, we got our little funnel here and we got our antifreeze going in there. And you can see the bubbles. You can see it's letting the air out and that's continuously going down. We got our gauges and everything hooked up, ready to recharge. Got our Freon, the R134A. We are ready to get this thing charged up. Also, what we got over here, we got a little thermometer, digital thermometer, that's going to stick inside the vents. So when we cut it on, we can check the temperature of the air coming out. Man, guys, look at this. We are together on this. All right, so I'm gonna wait till that antifreeze go all the way down so I can close that off. We're gonna start it up and then we're gonna go for the recharge. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, we are ready to charge. Got our battery cable hooked up, gauges hooked up, tank is ready. Let's go over here and start this up. Make sure our airbag light is out and all. Cut this off. Great. Whine noise right there. All right, so let's cut on our AC. Circulation up there, max AC, all the way cool. Cool. And what we do is go over here, cut our gate, cut our thing on, our thermometer on. 88 degrees coming out. That's pretty cool. Now let me stop. All right, let's go out here. Let's start introducing some Freon into the system. There it is. I heard the AC compressor kick on. Yeah, we still got a while to go. Now we want to be charged at about 25 to 30. You don't want to overcharge the system because if you do, there's a good chance you can put too much pressure on that one side, and that's exactly what happens with these cheap evaporators. I'm gonna explain to you that in a few minutes. So right now we're sitting at about 30, but it's gonna definitely go down. Gonna sit here and let that run for a while. So what we're gonna do is go over here, check our temperature, and look at our temperature already. Already it's dropping down. Now what we're gonna look for about between 40 and 50. Pretty much I want to try to hit for close to 40. So let's keep on, we're gonna keep on introducing, let it run for a few minutes, let the fans come in. Definitely want to make sure your fans are working, and because if the fans are not working, you will not cool down, because it got to cool down that condenser. Look at that, we are definitely climbing down there. All right, we're gonna keep going, introducing a little bit more to the system. But remember, I don't want to go over 30. Right now we're setting about 30 right there. But as this system cools down, that's going to slowly start dropping down. So, and when it drops down, we're going to keep going back and forth, adding a little. Whoops. Gotta make sure that's closed off here. Don't see no bubbles leaking around there. All right, so we'll be right back. All right, guys, we're sitting in the car. Heat's on. Heat. AC's on, recirculation on, and everything. And look what we got. 50.5. And as this car continues to run, it will actually start getting colder. That's what the recirculating the air inside of here does. it'll just recirculate this cold air and gets colder and colder and colder. We are good. Smells nice and fresh in here, you know, because when that evaporator leaks, you'll get a funky smell in here. And that's exactly what the customer was complaining about also. And when we verified that, once we took that evaporator out, we looked at, you saw all them stains out there. So this thing was definitely leaking. We are good to go. Let's get out. And look at that, guys. We're jumping down to 49 now. Let's continue going down. All right. Let's unhook everything. We are good to go. Be right back.
Okay, so this is the end of part 3 on this 2010 Ford Focus where we changed the evaporator core. Alright, so if you guys have any comments or questions, you can post it below in the comment section, or you can email Timmy at tim@astralautorepairs.com. Hope you paid attention. If not, watch it again.
Watch it a few times.
Over and over and over again. And Hector, get ready for your test. Cause I know Timmy don't know what I'm talking about, but there was a comment where he said he feel like he has to be ready for his exam.
I didn't hear that.
On
Okay.
this.
Yeah?
This just came in this morning.
Oh, okay.
So get ready. So hope you paid attention. If not, watch it again. This is Sylvia from Astral Auto Repairs. If we can't repair it, nobody can. See you next time.